back, Metroid Prime fans, to the channel. We have yet another awesome Metroid Prime 4 update in this video, including something that hasn't yet been shared. And this is actually regarding a developer that is working on Metroid Prime 4 and specific details on what they're working on, naming the game directly. So it's not even something that we have to guess on or speculate on, it's unmistakable. And we also have a few other key updates to discuss on Metroid Prime 4 as well in this video. So if you do enjoy this and are excited for Metroid Prime 4, please hit the like button and subscribe. Also, in combination with this, if you want to continue this discussion about Metroid Prime 4 that we are having today in a longer format, feel free to subscribe to my live channel, which I'll have linked in the description. We've been having a lot of fun talking about this kind of info, and I stream there just about every weekend discussing the latest content I posted and the most recent gaming news and rumors as well, while playing various games, including, of course, Metroid Prime Trilogy and other Metroid games. Now, Metroid Prime 4 has been slowly progressing for over the past 3.5 years since Retro Studios took over development in January 2019. And along the way, we've seen a lot of really nice updates in terms of who is working on this game and just how high quality the game will be. It seems that Retro Studios has been busy hiring some key people in the last 4 months or so to join the team to finish up production on Metroid Prime 4. And the reason I say that is because these are the types of developers that specialize in parts of the presentation aspect of development and nothing to do with gameplay. And if you recall, the gameplay side of things was basically hired for by Retro Studios way back in 2019, which we also covered right here as well. And since then, Retro Studios has hired multiple playtesters for pre-alpha builds of Metroid Prime 4, so I do think we are now extremely close to seeing a full trailer for the game, and I think you'll agree with that assessment even more so when I show you this first update. And of course, I will be leaving links in the description for you all to see here in this video for all of this information. So the first update is that Retro Studios has in fact hired yet again another Sony Santa Monica Studios developer named Taylor Rorick, who literally just finished up working on God of War Ragnarok for PlayStation 5 just a couple months ago. But check this out, she was one of the people that worked on the cinematography for God of War Ragnarok, and she included a link to the PlayStation 5 showcase trailer for the September 2021 God of War Ragnarok showcase in her credentials.
Time is running out. The prophecies say Fimbulwinter leads to Ragnarok. War is coming. My story doesn't end hiding in these woods. I should be out there, finding out who I am, who Loki is.
I will not allow you to pick a fight with gods.
I don't want to fight anyone. I just want answers.
And if those answers lead to war with Asgard,
maybe that's what Mother wanted.
we do not know what Mother wanted.
And the work this developer did on God of War Ragnarok was things like working with motion capture actors and assisting in staging multi-character scenes, virtual camera placement for cutscenes and prepping scenes for implementation and animation. So basically how the cutscenes in that game were recorded and animated was her job, and now she's been hired to basically do the same thing in Metroid Prime 4 by Retro Studios, working in the cinematics department as a layout artist, which from the sound of it looks very similar to what she was doing in God of War Ragnarok. Because if you look into what a layout artist does, a layout artist is usually required to interpret storyboards and animatics, which they apply to their final layout scenes of a cinematic, and they help determine the position of characters within frame according to the dialogue and action of the script. So putting this together, does that mean that we'll be seeing a trailer for Metroid Prime 4 soon that features a lot of dramatic style cutscenes and perhaps a little tease of gameplay sprinkled in? Honestly, it's starting to look that way, isn't it? And I wouldn't be surprised if that really is the case very soon, which is extremely exciting to see when you think about it. And if Retro Studios has a trailer that is animated like how amazing that trailer for God of War Ragnarok looks, in Metroid Prime 4, then wow, we're in for a really hype and epic trailer coming soon for this game. But that's not all. Remember, as I mentioned at the start of this video, that we also have a developer that is working on Metroid Prime 4 that has named specific details themselves on what they're working on in this game, and that is software engineer May Oaks, who recently got promoted in Retro Studios to being Tools Engineer 2 for, yep, you guessed it, Metroid Prime 4. So from March 2022 to now, the developer specifically says herself that for Metroid Prime 4, they developed tools to address content pipeline challenges specific to Metroid Prime 4 and collaborated with artists and designers to improve workflows and reduce iteration time, and supported audio and visual effects directly, understanding and advocating for their needs. So what we're seeing here for this developer's work on Metroid Prime 4 is that they developed certain tools like APIs and programs that have helped in getting certain content portions of the game completed faster to improve and reduce the time it took to develop them. Now, with every big game like AAA game with a big budget, usually each portion is made separately, and then towards the end they put all of it together from all the different teams involved at the company making the game, from the music, audio, sound effects, graphics, cinematics, and visual effects. All of that comes together at the end. So from this, it does appear that Retro Studios has a very clear deadline date range for pieces of Metroid Prime 4 content that they need to hit and complete, because most likely Nintendo has already ordered a date range for when the big trailer for this game is going to finally be revealed to all the Metroid fans who have been patiently, and maybe some not so patiently, waiting since 2017's teaser image logo trailer, and then yet again after the announcement of Retro Studios taking over development from the beginning of January 2019. And also, as we've been talking about for the past year or so at least, is that since Retro Studios is taking such a huge and grand scope with Metroid Prime 4, it's obvious from their job posting here that you can tell that's what they're doing. It might make you think a little bit as to where Retro Studios is taking Samus in her design for Metroid Prime 4. We've seen a little bit of the design from the concept art that they posted. However, as you know with Metroid Prime games, Samus does not just use one type of suit in your typical Metroid game, and that applies basically for all Metroid games, especially Metroid Prime games. So I'm very curious to see what type of interesting designs that Retro Studios has that they'll be showcasing, especially in these trailers that we're going to be seeing soon, and interesting looking suits for Samus in Metroid Prime 4. Definitely let me know what you think about that in the comment section. I know it's a separate topic from these hirings, but it is something to be considered, because they're going to be showing these cutscenes up close and personal soon, most likely, and you'll be seeing a very detailed, high quality looking render of Samus and her new suit from Metroid Prime 4. And all of this info, guys, in my opinion at least, is very exciting. We are finally seeing, even if it's a slower than some would like pace, the wrapping up of development of Metroid Prime 4, and soon enough we'll be seeing this game before you know it. It's amazing how far we've come from where this started with Metroid Prime 4 all the way back in early 2017 when it was just a rumor at that point. Many people didn't even believe this game even existed or was going to be announced, to now in 2022 where we are eagerly anticipating its first big reveal debut trailer. I think if you're a Metroid Prime fan, it's totally okay to be very excited and hyped even for this game's coming reveal, since from everything we've seen from this game's development progress, we are definitely now closer than we ever have been before to finally seeing this game in action. So I wanted to thank you guys yet again for watching and supporting the channel, and if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you very soon in the next video. Have a great day.